Ohio confirms 1,204 new cases of the coronavirus today, up by about 38 cases from yesterday. The state also reports 34 new deaths. That's also up from yesterday, but right around the 3-week average we've been seeing. Ohio also confirms 81 new hospitalizations from the day prior. But Governor DeWine said the overall average number of hospitalizations is starting to trend downward. Some good news there. Criticism, threats, and protests. It's what public health officials across the country are seeing during the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Amani Abraham shares with us that the impact is not only at the state level, but here locally too.
Continue to be vulnerable, and I know you're all being very brave.
The national spotlight was on Dr. Amy Atkins' efforts in Ohio as the state's Department of Health director, but she was met with harsh criticism. Protesters showed up outside of her home. She has since stepped down from her role, and she isn't the only one.
Imagine if protesters showed up at the home of the fire chief to protest the way they were managing a fire. That sounds ridiculous. But that's exactly what's been happening to local public health officers as they strive to do their job based on science.
Dr. Charity Dean resigned from her role with the California Department of Public Health. Here in Ohio, Geauga County's health commissioner says the negative messages have reached his office.
There are increasing numbers of phone calls or emails or even Facebook posts, social media posts that are negative, to say the least, sometimes insulting, sometimes threatening or harassing.
Tom Quaid says he's received some concerning calls.
A couple of anonymous calls where folks have done some, I don't know, I'm assuming some internet research and found out about my own background, things that they're not hidden, but they're not published in terms of my past experience with WHO, my own religious preference, and so forth. And those have been mentioned in the phone calls, and that's concerning to me because it's somebody that's not just venting; it's somebody that looked me up somewhere, and that's unnerving.
Back in June, the National Association of County and City Health Officials commented on the pressure some are facing, saying, quote, "The experts who comprise our public health departments are true heroes. We should be thanking them for their tireless work and heeding their advice, not threatening their safety and careers." But with the negative, Quaid says he's also witnessed the positive, seeing a community work together in uncertain times.
The vast majority of us feel enough support that we continue to do what we're doing.
Amani Abraham, 3 News.